Hey guys, Scary here bringing you another video. Today I want to talk about, I wasn't going to make a speculation video about the next expansion because it's going to be announced tomorrow. But I decided to go ahead because there's been some really interesting things kind of pop up these last couple days that really have some groundwork to them, I think. And it's fun for me to throw it out there anyway and kind of do a little bit of research. So first I want to talk about a forum post or actually, first talk about a picture that I saw on my Twitter post. It came from WoW Nostalgia. He actually retweeted it, where he actually tweets pictures about nostalgic things from World of Warcraft that people send him, and it was a screenshot of the World of Warcraft Eye of Azshara, and it had the login screen. Now, people can fake that pretty easily. There's not a whole lot of detail in them, so faking it, and there's a lot of very creative people out there. But after looking at it, I was like, it has a lot of, has a lot of weight to it. It's dated July 29th, 2015, so it's not really old, made up. It's just, within the last, like 6 days, 7 days here, week, and so I decided to go ahead and Google. I said, okay, so Eye of Azshara, did Blizzard trademark it? And they did. They trademarked the words Eye of Azshara as a game in 2014. This was right before and right around the end of Mists of Pandaria. And as you know, many of us are aware that they've been working on the next expansion ever since Warlords was going. Once it was announced, once it was going, they said, we're working on the next expansion. So, and they trademarked it right before BlizzCon, maybe to kind of mislead some people. And the theory might be there that, maybe they have been working on this for a while. Maybe they just threw the the trademark out a very long time ago, and I've had it for a while now. And now I'm showing you here a picture. Somebody has a picture of the box, which I'm sure they probably don't have yet, but um, this picture actually is a really good picture that somebody worked on. If it even was fan art, claps to them for doing a great job on the fan art. And then on the next picture, here's actually another screenshot closer up of the actual login screen that they had. And as you can see, the logos are almost exactly the same. The fonts are about the same, so maybe the same person did it, or maybe it is really true. And so I kind of dug a little bit more, and this forum post that I found talks about some information here. I'll read it to you. It says, it came from a person that posted on Reddit, and they claimed that he had a friend who contracted at the Eden Prairie office at Blizzard. And he says, you shouldn't necessarily believe what I'm telling you, and he's not telling you to. He just says it's fun to speculate, and here's the information he had. He said, Eye of Azshara is the next expansion of World of Warcraft and is planned to launch Q1 of 2016. Right now, that timeline looks really good for us if it is Q1 of 2016. He says, Blizzard is intentionally breaking their mold and announcing this expansion at this year's BlizzCon for a few reasons. Well, they did not end up announcing it at that BlizzCon, so that right there is a false fact. But the idea that they were going to or wanted to, it has weight there. It says first, there's about to be a big company-wide push to bring World of Warcraft franchise to the next decade with Hearthstone, WoW, and they talk about a PvP battleground themed console game, which it doesn't make sense at all. The loss of subscriptions at the end of Mists of Pandaria was a big blow to morale in the company, blah blah blah, we all know that. And then they want to prove to the WoW community that they can put out this content and won't go stagnant at the end of an expansion, like we did in Mists of Pandaria. He says the last patch of Warlords of Draenor is tentatively planned 4 to 6 months prior to the launch of Eye of Azshara. Really? That timeline doesn't look too bad at all, having the expansion come out 4 to 6 months from uh, the launch of the 6.2 Fury of the Hellfire patch, which actually launched right around in June. So looking at like 6 months from now, you're looking at July, December, January, February, somewhere in there, maybe lined up. So anyway, going down further on to the post, it talks about that's the South Seas expansion, blah 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 blah. Everybody's been speculating that the Nazjatar, blah blah blah, Queen Azshara. But one interesting thing I thought I would talk about was Azshara is working closely with Sargeras in this expansion, which is going towards the Burning Legion stuff, which would be interesting if they decided to build upon that, because this person who made this they didn't know any information about warlords at this point, and they claimed that we'd really be going in the direction of having heavy amount of Legion influence in the Eye of Azshara expansion, and the Legion was a big involvement in warlords, and they're kind of taking a break back if they go to Eye of Azshara. So I just wanted to kind of make a speculation video, throw some of these pictures out here, make it a fun conversation for these last 24 hours before we actually find out what we're going to be having tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the Gamescom announcement, and we'll actually find out what it officially will be. I truly do hope that we all need to we need to go into it. We want to see things before, and hope they don't really make too many crazy promises that they cannot keep. Did this expansion. Guys, let me know what you think of the video. Like, comment, subscribe, everything. I make videos every single day. And thank you guys. You guys take care. Bye-bye.